everyone. So yung report ko po is all about Week 10 curriculum model. So i-discuss ko po yung two types of curriculum model. Then yung other two types po, i-discuss ko yung So, yung una po po i-discuss na type of curriculum model is silent model of curriculum development. So, never model of curriculum development. So, ito yung gusto po.
Kuloy! Kuloy! Oh! Di ba?
Rader's model of curriculum development, proposed by Ralph Taylor in his influential work, Basic Principles of Curriculum and Instruction, year 1949, is a framework that emphasizes rational, planning, and systematic approach to the educational curriculum design. The model is often referred to as curricular rank.
So ito po, Taylor's model, delivered siya ni Ralph Taylor. Tapos, yung model represent po siya sa pagpaplano, pagpaplano siya. So, ito po yung mga different process na kailangan para matuwalas na maayos yung mga mata. So, pero ito po lang yung commission work ng basic principles of curriculum and instruction. So, ayun po yung mag-iwanan ng maintain for today. So, meron siya yung Taylor's model, meron siya yung model. So, wala po model is for wing vocational.
Toy! Purpose of education. The first step involves clearly defining the educational purposes or goals. These encompasses the desired outcomes of the curriculum, which should reflect the needs of society, the interests of students, and learner development.
Sa unang components ng Taylor's model is, siyempre, purpose of education. Siyempre, i-identify yung objectives, paano ba yung layunin para maibigay yung necessity or needs na kailangan ng kakakailangan sa curriculum. So, next, number 2, learning experiences. Sino pong gusto?
Learning experiences. Once the objectives are established, the next step is to determine the learning experiences that will help achieve these goals. This includes selecting activities that align with the objective and will effectively engage students in the learning process.
Dito lang, dito ako focus siya doon sa pag-alit natin ng mga activities. Siyempre, ang pamilya sa objectives natin, so pinaka-alit ng mga natalipan sa objective. So, makakagalit ko ang mga ikaw. So, ito para budget natin yung mga training goals natin. Next. Number 8 po.
Organization of learning experiences. The third step involves organizing the chosen learning experiences to ensure they are logically sequenced and built around each other. This organization considers the age, interests, and abilities of the learners to enhance effectiveness.
Dito naman sa state pictures nito, yung component, nakapokus siya sa pag-identify ng mga different skills, interests, abilities of some learners. Tapos dito rin naka-align din siya sa mga different experiences or prior knowledge ng mga
Evaluation. The final step is evaluation, where assessment measures are set to determine how well the educational purposes are being achieved. This involves assessing student learning and making adjustments to the curriculum as necessary based on feedback and outcome.
Evaluation. Hindi naman napag-usapan ng evaluation. Siyempre, at the end, i-evaluate ko kung nag-effective pa yung curriculum sa iyo. So, yung sa mga core components, ito yung process ng curriculum model. Kung paano niya ginagawa ko lang siya sa akin sa so, features of Steiner's model. So, muna ito yung state of goals. So,
Then we focus on the core Steiner's model emphasizes the importance of redefine objectives and guidance for goals.
The word objectives. Siyempre, may nasuwan ko kanina, yung features of Steiner's model, ito yung malinaw na mga meron objectives sa isang instruction, instruction. Tapos, dito, dapat naka-align o naka-align yung objectives natin sa mga instruction or instruction. So, next, systematic and rational.
Systematic and rational, the model encourages analytical information, objective experience, structured approach to curriculum development.
Ito naman sa systematic and rational, nakakumpos din sa progress o development. So, syempre, para makita ko effective yung objectives natin, i-identify yung meron pang progress o development o sa mga natin, sumunod po yung so, next number 3, flexibility.
Flexibility, where the model is systematic, it also acknowledges the need for flexibility in adapting to changing educational needs.
Word flexible. Siyempre, yung Steiner's model is dapat flexible din siya sa mga yan, kung ano ko yung risk and necessity natin sa instruction. Kaya ito yung sa mga features in Steiner's training knowledge. So, important information. Exam.
Emphasis on valuation. The evaluative component ensures continuous improvement and adaptation of the curriculum based on student outcomes and effectiveness of learning experiences.
Based sa evaluation nila sa component indicators, important evaluation. Siyempre, after mo magawa yung mga first step, second step, third step, fourth step, siyempre, i-evaluate mo mas effective na yung curriculum or yung instruction. Dapat listening to tapas model of curriculum development. So, sino po gusto lang kasa?
Was an architect, a curriculum theorist, a curriculum reformer, and a teacher educator. She wrote many books, especially in education, including the dynamics of adolescence, character, and personality. Ay, sorry. Adolescence, character, and personality, schools, culture, studies, participation and leadership, action, research, case study, curriculum development, and practice, thinking in elementary school, children, etc. Taba contributed to the theoretical and pedagogical foundation of concept development and critical thinking in social studies curriculum and helped to lay the foundation of education. She also created a multi-purpose of teaching model that utilized the use of multiple processes, i.e. listening, grouping, regrouping, labeling, and synthesizing. Her model grassroots approach is modified version of Tyler's model.
So, si Hilda Tama, isa po siyang architect, curate, curriculum reformer, and educator. Tapos meron siyang pinanay siya sa mga isulat ng mga books gaya na The Dynamic of Education ng 1932, Adolescent Character, Personality of 1949, and parang iba. So, si Thomas Ben, meron din siyang theory pa rin sa political foundation of Congress na nakabukas po sa critical thinking. Nakapwede lang din po dito na multiple process. Kung pala ito pala natin pa yung sa merong dito dati, napanggit po siya sa radical dito sa kanya yung distinct, grouping, labeling, and synthesizing. Doon po sa teaching na sinabi po natin. So, meron din po siya isa pang model which is yung grassroots approach. Next po is Taba's definition of curriculum. Sorry.
Tara defines curriculum as a document containing a statement of the aims and objectives. It indicates some selection and organization of content. It either implies or non-directs certain patterns of learning methods. To draft the objective demand for the content organization, it includes a program of evaluation of outcomes.
So, si Tama po, para sa kanya, yung curriculum is isa lang po siyang document. Dami naman po ng mga ibang statements o specific objectives. So, para dito naman na objectives naman dito sa curriculum part include a program, a observation, and so, sa curriculum, siyempre mga nagawin na magkaroon na lalabasan or outcomes effective na or maging hindi mo sa effective sa curriculum.
The context of learners needs the teachers, who is also the curriculum designer, starts the process by identifying the needs of the students for curriculum is to be planned. For example, majority of students are enabled to think critically.
So, may approach is so syempre, bilang isang teacher or curriculum developer, ang mahalaga, ang tignan natin na bago tayo mag-implement sa isang curriculum, tignan muna natin kung ano yung mga pangunahing mga silang kanyang sinaga ng mga rules natin. Before tayo mag-permanent ng isang curriculum o isang instructional strategy. So, number 2, gusto ko
Formulation of objectives. After the teacher has identified the needs of learners that require attention, he or she specifies the objectives by which needs to be fulfilled.
formulation of objectives. Siyempre, kapilin na tayo dito sa ating diba? Siyempre, ang meron na mga kapagay sa isang lesson plan. Siyempre, before tayo gumawa ng isang lesson plan, kailangan na natin identify yung formulation techniques para sa kanya pag-effective yung lesson natin or pag-effective yung teaching of instruction natin sa events. Ganun din sa pag-formulate ng curriculum instruction. Siyempre, after natin na-diagnose yung pangalan ng mga bata, siyempre, next step na doon is pag-formulate ng objectives. Ano may isang nilang target sa isang curriculum. So, next number D, Rhea.
Selection of content. The objectives selected are created suggest the subject matters or content of the curriculum. Not only objectives and content should match, but also the validity and significance of the chosen content need to be determined. The relevance and significance of the content.
Selection of the content. Siyempre, after formulate ng techniques, kailangan complete ng best content sa curriculum. Since kung makakontribute sa curriculum guys, di ba may mga contents doon na different competencies na kailangan may isang gawa or ng tulong sa pero din sa nakapagwala na yung campaign. Dapat yung content na isang curriculum lesson na dapat lang sila kayo sa objective. So next, number 4. Comment.
Organization of the content. A teacher cannot just select content but must organize it in a particular sequence, taking into consideration the maturity of learners, their academic achievement, and their interest.
Dito sa organization of content, nakapokus sa importance ng arrangement. Siyempre, ang pagkakaroon ng content ng isang curriculum o isang lesson plan, dapat siyempre naka-arrange yun. Saka naka-organize para sa naman ma-maintain mo or ma-ayos mo kaya yung objectives mo sa next, number 5 mo, selection of okay.
Selection of learning experience. That is supposed to present students activity that the learners actively engage with the content. At this point, teachers should select appropriate practical
dito po sa section of training, yung teacher po is dapat marunong siya pumili ng mga appropriate instructional methodology or strategy sa paggawa ko ng content lesson niya o instructional methodology. Para po ma-achieve niya yung nakakaragin ng mga goals ko sa activity. Number 6 po, organization of learning activities.
Organization of learning activities. The teacher should organize learning activities in a sequence depending on content, sequence, and learner characteristics. The teacher needs to keep in mind the student he or she will be teaching.
Organization of learning activities. Siyempre, sa lesson planning din, kapag select ng learning activities, dapat naka-organize siya. Tapos dapat kung halimbawa sa developing mastery, dapat naka-organize siya ng board. Gas evaluation.
Evaluation. The curriculum planner, the teacher must review what objectives have been accomplished. To assess the achievement of the learning objectives, evaluation procedure used to be decided.
Siyempre, after nung ma-achieve yung nakapag-gawa kaya tapos kapasirin ang ng content at saka naka-organize ang mga content saka balik ko rin yung mga activities na-organize yung mga activities. Ngayon, pupunta ka naman na last step sa evaluation. Kung going to evaluate mo na kung effective ba yung assumption mo, may tulungan ko ng maayos o nakarin ng maayos yung objectives ng learning evaluation. Strengths of using the data. So, this was the task to higher order skills. So, yung strength ng data model, pinapakita niya yung higher order skills ng learners students. So, nag-go build of learning skills such as inference, sensing, and summarizing. So, dito lang nakaka-organize or nakaka-teaching ng isang students na kung paano ka mag-summarize or pag-collect tayo ng mga information or reflections na nalutunan ng mga So, number 3, give them the learners to have the opportunity for questions. So, dito, binibigay niya na opportunity sa learners na makapag-usap ang questions sa lesson or instructional. So, questioning is open-ended, don't clear or right on the spot. So, dito sa dapat, walang right or wrong answer. So, always correct. When we together, students are collaborating with others, speaking in listening skills. So, dito lang po yung mga bata na makipag-cooperate, makipag-collaborate sa mga peers sila o sa mga classmates sila. Provides an opportunity for the teachers for discussion before and after generalizations and games. Tapos, naman na tayo sa limitation of using capacity. So meron tayong so yung una is can be difficult for some students to handle the open-ended aspect of the program. So meron mga students din na nahihirapan na nahihirapan makapag-handle ng mga open-ended questions. So without clear direction, it may be difficult for people to that because for the fact that it is great. So dito, sa tapos ng is yung isang limitation din dito is nahihirapan makapag lalo ang formulate ng mga teachers na kung ano ba yung magandang itanong sa mga students nila after ng discussion. So difficult to adapt all subjects or at least for some type of subject. And then yung last po is text must be inclusive in class. So yung topics mo din po is